Hey, folks! Time for some news about the Delphi case. Rick Allen. Rick Allen, as you know, in my opinion, is wrongfully convicted for the Delphi murders, and he now has his team of appeals attorneys, and the court, Judge Gull's court, have been less than cooperative regarding some things. But now a higher court says, So let's talk about it. Welcome to the show. All right, this is what's going on. In the Court of Appeals of Indiana, Richard and Allen, appellant versus State of Indiana, filed October 22nd, that would be today. Order! Appellant by counsel has filed a motion for reconsiderations of appellant's motion to compel transmission of exhibits and new due date. Appellee by counsel has filed a verified response to motion for reconsideration of motion to compel transmission of exhibits and new due date. Having reviewed the matter, the court finds and orders as follows. Appellant's motion for reconsideration of appellant's motion to compel transmission of exhibits and new due date is granted. Granted. And this is something the state didn't want. And we know that Judge Gull don't want either. But here's an order from the appeals court. Within 20 days of the date of this order, court reporter Jody Williams is ordered to prepare and file with the trial court clerk supplemental exhibit volumes, both documentary and conventional physical, containing the missing exhibits to appellant's A, September 18th, 2023 motion for Frank's hearing, and B, January 20th, 2025 motion to correct error as listed in the attachment submitted with the instant appellant's motion for reconsideration of appellant's motion to compel transmission of exhibits and new due dates. Within 5 days of the date the supplemental exhibits volumes are filed, the Carroll Circuit and Superior Court's clerk shall file an amended notice of completion of transcript with the clerk of this court and serve a copy of the amended notice on the parties. Folks, those are orders, not suggestions. Orders. Appellant's brief and appendix are due within 30 days of the date the amended notice of completion of transcript is served. The clerk of this court is directed to send this order and to the parties, the trial court, special judge Francis S. Gull, court reporter Jody Williams, and the Carroll Circuit and Superior Court's clerk. The clerk of the court shall also send a copy of the instant appellant's motion for reconsideration of appellant's motion to compel transmission of exhibits and new due date, including all attachments, to court reporter Williams. The Carroll Circuit and Superior Court's clerk is directed to file this order on the cause number, blah, 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 blah. And pursuant to Indiana Trial Rule 77D, the clerk shall place the contents of this order in the record of judgments and ordered. Chief Judge. Now, what does this actually mean? What does this actually mean? Well, it means that Judge Gull dragging her feet with her court reporter, Jody, withholding evidence from the appeals court. That is done now. Sadly, they have now extended everything by months. So now, 20 days, within 20 days, court reporter Jody, those exhibits will be sent to the appellate attorneys. You will send more or less proof that you actually did it to the appellate clerk of courts. And then, finally, the appeals attorneys have 30 days to file, which is not a lot of time. But in my opinion, they have had time to prepare everything else but this. Now, when they do this appeal, they have, sadly, there's no way to bring in everything. So they will probably focus on the things that are reversible errors, not allowing third-party culprit, the defense, for instance. I assume they will try to challenge the bullet expert. You know, the expert who compared a fired shell casing with a cycled cartridge and claimed she got a match, which is, I would say, physically impossible. But she did, which also is the reason that that they could, what do you call it, arrest Rick Allen and put him in jail, where he was tortured for months on end until he started confessing. And you who have seen me before, you know my opinion about that. It is absolutely disgraceful. And if you still claim, hey, it's not a vacation, yada, 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 I have a waiver for you where you allow me to submit you for this with the same things Rick was. And then we can have a bet just between us. How long do you think it would take me to get you to confess to something you didn't do? All right. Now, as a little extra, I want to show you this. You know him, Turtle Boy, Aiden Carney, or Kearney? This is what he has to say about the Rick Allen case.
We haven't gotten to the crime scene.
And where?
She wasn't going there for work.
I was
actually.
attending the Clue Awards to celebrate the Delphi victims.
The Delphi victims, the only Delphi victim, well, the girls who killed were obviously victims, but there's also a Delphi victim named Richard Allen, okay, by the way, and his wife. They're also Delphi victims because that man didn't murder those girls. So, anyway, and so just the crime kind of hated. They didn't even talk about Karen Reed at CrimeCon. It was like
Yeah. So we have, I don't know if Turtle Boy will start covering the Delphi case, but that's an ally we need to have on our side. All right, folks. That is the update on the Rick Allen case. Everybody, subscribe. Do what Mr. Jingle tells you to. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next stream or video. See you. Bye-bye.